Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I'm glad to be back here, seeing you through the screen and ready for some more learning this week. Today is Monday, April 20th, and we are going to start something new this week, which I'm really excited about. Now, before we get into lesson details, I want to do a quick shout out of some celebrations because 21 of you have shown up and you have done the work from this past week, and I'm so proud of you. So I just want to shout some people out for last week, April 13th through 17th. So 3 people showed up in every area. So that means Google, ThinkCERCA, iReady, and Lexia. So Sincere, Rita, McKenzie, excellent job showing up in all 4 of those areas and doing work successfully in all of those. Very good. In terms of iReady Rockstars, we had 15 people on iReady: Carmen, Isabel, Lamar, Caden, McKenzie, Greg, John Trell, Devin, Kendra, Cameron, Jasmine, Angel, Aaliyah, Sincere, and Rita. Y'all did a lot of work on iReady last week, and I am proud of you. Excellent job. Keep it up. For Lexia, we had Isabel, Sincere, Aaliyah, Savannah, Cameron, Brenija, Bradley, and Micaiah showing up and doing some really great work on Lexia, and obviously Rita, Mackenzie, the people who have shown up in all areas also shown up here. So very good job. And last but not least, ThinkCERCA, which is what we're going to focus on a lot this week. Mackenzie, John Trail, Angel, Karina, Rita, Aaliyah, and Sincere, y'all have done some lessons and you are making good progress. So keep up the very good work there. ThinkCERCA is what we're going to focus on this week. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to our learning objectives and everything for today. Okay. So first of all, our 2 learning objectives for today are that I can make a connection to a text and I can summarize the pros and cons of an argument. So these are new. We are moving away from the evaluation part because we are going to get ready to start actually writing our own arguments, which is going to be based on analyzing arguments that already exist. So for today's agenda, you're just going to watch this lesson, which you're already doing, and then you will do the ThinkCERCA writing module steps 1 and 2. But I'm going to give you 2 days to do that so that you have time to get in there because these steps do take a little bit of time and effort. So I'm going to give you 2 days to complete this. And meanwhile, I'll be available on Zoom if you need help or some feedback. And then on Wednesday, we will start with the next step. So I'll walk you guys through that and kind of model what it's going to look like for you to do those steps. But really, you've got the video, the steps, and then by Friday, you are going to do the teacher assigned lesson, finding main ideas and details in informational text. This is just going to be kind of a spiral review. Since we are looking at informational text for our argument, this is a great opportunity for us to go back and kind of review some of these ideas that we talked about at the beginning of the school year. Okay, so when you go into iReady, it's going to look like this. This is one of those talking lessons. So you will also have an opportunity. There's some good key points and definitions in the dictionary that would not be a bad idea to write down and take note of. And then next week, we'll do one of those practices where you don't have the iReady characters talking to you. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into the writing lesson for today. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through. This is Miami's folder of assignments. You'll notice down here we have two writing modules that are a little bit different. They don't have like a skill set next to them or like a grade level. These are just writing modules. You are only going to see one of those show up on your screen, and that's going to be the extended learning time. If you did the Google work last week, you have already kind of read about extended learning time or having a longer school day. So that work that you did last week is going to show up and kind of help you out here this week too. I'm going to walk you through and kind of model for you how to go about tackling a lesson like this, but I'm going to do it with a grade level up, a little bit more of a difficult text, and then you will do yours on the extended learning time. So once I've logged into ThinkCERCA with my email and my iReady password, I'm going to go ahead and open my writing module. And I'll notice that there are 6 different steps. So today and tomorrow, so Monday and Tuesday, you are just going to worry about getting number 1 and number 2 done. And then we'll kind of break this up because the 6th step is our actual essay writing, and we'll allow some longer time for that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Connect first. So step 1, Connect. I'm going to go ahead and read the topic overview. Now, before I start, I notice that there are some bolded words, and that when I move my mouse over the bolded words, I can click and I can get a definition for them. So if some of these words are unfamiliar to you, it would be a really good idea to pause and actually look up what the word means, maybe even write it down, because these words aren't going to go away. What we do today, we are going to build on over the next couple of weeks as we move towards writing our essay. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get this started. This op-ed is an opinion essay, okay, written by a student, sees mandatory or required school uniforms as a path to better school achievement. Okay, so having school uniforms is a path to better school performance. Okay. The writer thinks uniforms reduce school violence and social divisions between students. While recognizing disadvantages, such as not empowering kids to express themselves through their clothes, the writer thinks the advantages of school uniforms outweigh disadvantages. That seems really important because this is showing me what the writer's point of view is. The writer thinks that the advantages, so the good things about wearing school uniforms, outweigh disadvantages. As you read, think about whether or not you agree that school uniforms empower students in ways to help them learn. Well, this is interesting and relevant because here at Emma Donnan, everyone's required to wear a school uniform, so that definitely applies to our lives. So let's take a look at this connecting question. Describe a way that your school empowers or encourages you to learn. If it does not empower you to learn, describe a way that you would like your school to support you to learn. Okay, so obviously I'm not a student, but I'm going to kind of think about one way that the school sort of empowers or encourages me to learn. And if I were a student, something that I think is really important is that the school gives technology opportunities for us to practice our skills that we talk about in class on an online platform. An online platform is like iReady, Lexia, etc. So I think it's pretty cool that you actually get to practice using some of the computer and in other grades like iPad tools that one day you may use in high school or even out in the workforce. So I think that's pretty cool. So once I have my connection made, I'm going to go ahead and just click this little icon with the notebook and pencil, and then that has saved it. So if I were to go over here to the Your Work section, I have now what I wrote in this box, I have here in Your Work. So that is what me, talking as Miss Stewart, that is what I will actually be able to see and give feedback on, okay? All right, so I'm going to go back to Overview. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, so we already have some key vocabulary. So even if I didn't click through all of those words in the topic overview, I have them available to me in this list of vocabulary. Again, not a bad idea to write these down just so you don't have to flip back and forth, but you always have that option. Okay, now for the text. Okay, so this looks like we are ready to move on to step 2 because we did our connection step. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this read button. Okay, and then I'm going to actually go back. Okay, read. So this automatically pops up the assignment text for me. Now, if I want it a little bit bigger and I don't want to be distracted by the questions, I can press that button. Also, if I would like to listen to it.
Yes to uniforms, a student's view.
I can listen to someone read through it and read alongside with it silently. I prefer to read things out loud by myself because I feel like it helps me kind of process things. But if you are more of an auditory learner or you learn by hearing things, it would be a great idea to have the website read through as you follow along. Don't forget that you can click the bolded words for vocabulary. So what you're going to do is for step 2, you are literally just going to read the text. So it looks like the text, as we remember from the topic overview, the text or the writer of the text thinks that the advantages of school uniforms outweigh disadvantages. So I'm going to be looking for what the writer says is good about school uniforms and also the disadvantages of school uniforms. Okay, so for your step 2, you're just going to read through this, and then there are 5 comprehension questions that you will complete, and then you've got to submit the answers. Now, before you can move on, you are going to have to get these right. So you can obviously go back to the text as much as you want to. You have the text here for you, okay? You've got the text here. You can look back. You can always try again if you miss a question. And also, I'll be online at 2, from 2 to 3 every day on Zoom, just like usual. But you can also reach out if you have a question outside of those times, and we can either chat via Dojo or Google Voice or Zoom. Okay. So step 1 is just to do the connecting. So reading the topic overview and then actually completing this connection. I would aim for your connecting response to be 1 to 5 sentences. Obviously, the more you connect, the more you think about your own life and the text or the topic, the better and sort of more invested, or like the more interested that you will be, and maybe the more easily you'll be able to write about the text. So you'll do your connection step, and then you will do your reading, and that's all you've got to do today. So connect, read, answer these questions so I know that you are ready to move on to step 3, which we will start on Wednesday. I recommend not going ahead and doing step 3. I would just start with step 1 and step 2, and then just like pause when you get those things done, because then you can go back and do your iReady work or spend time on Lexia. That way, it gives us time to kind of spread this out and pace ourselves as we build up to writing our essay. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, I will link my Zoom information below this video, and I will also post it on Class Dojo. So reach out if you have any questions. I'm really looking forward to seeing what y'all think about your topic. Remember, your topic is different than mine. Yours is about extended learning time, but it's going to look, pardon me, it's going to look exactly the same. So topic overview, and then reading, you'll have a text, all of that same stuff. Okay. Good luck. I am excited to interact with you this week, and can't wait to see your hard work and the effort that y'all are so good at giving. Love you, miss you, and I'll see you soon.